What's up, y'all? Another weekend on the NASCAR schedule is upon us, and now we're here at the Michigan International Speedway. We're ready for have a good weekend of racing here in Michigan. A little cooler, maybe. I wasn't so bad at Nashville. Speaking of Nashville, what a race weekend we had here at my hometown. I had a blast. We had a blast. I hope you had a blast watching the content that we put out, and we're still putting out. We got one more vlog to come for our content here at the Nashville Super Speedway. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thank you guys for coming out during the live streams, during the truck race, the Xfinity race, and the Cup Series race, and the vlogs that we're putting out. Hope you guys are enjoying them. So, uh, let's get to this week's action, which is going to be here at Michigan this week. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series and the NASCAR Cup Series will return for another action. Now, the NASCAR Xfinity Series is off this week, as they are off this week, and then they'll be back at Mexico where the trucks will be off next week. So I know the Xfinity Series was off for a couple weeks. They came back for Charlotte, and now they're off again. But this is their last off week for the rest of the season. So we'll see how they make it to the end. We'll see who wins. Now, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will make their return to Michigan since 2020. Now, on Saturday, the DQS Solutions 250 will run 125 laps. That's 250 miles. Now, there are 32 drivers for 36 spots, so everyone's going to make their race here. Now, some of the notables in this race driving that 7 Spire truck is going to be Carson Hocevar. Now, he's already won in this truck, so we'll see what he can do here in Michigan. Now, the '07 truck will be run by Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie returning to Spire Motorsports after literally getting traded mid-season last year with Justin Haley. So that should be interesting. Also in the 44 truck, Ross Chastain driving the Protect Your Watermelons. You got to love the Ross Chastain. I got to meet him last week, got to talk to him a little bit. I'm telling you guys, as a Denny Hamlin fan, I really did like Ross Chastain, all the stuff that happened and how he is as a driver, but he's kind of wearing on me. I'm kind of starting to like Ross Chastain. He was a nice guy. He was very nice to me. I will say that he was very nice, and as you've seen in the video, he talked right back to me. So, but yeah. So last time here in Michigan, when they ran here in 2020, Zane Smith and Sheldon Creed won here in the trucks race. So you can see how how the drivers have evolved here in the truck series. But can Raj Caruth win back to back after a great win last week? Good possibility. We'll see how that happens. Now, does Corey Heim? He came in second last week, almost beat Raj Caruth. Can he return to the winning circle? We'll see. So on Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series will return and run their 15th race of the NASCAR Cup Series schedule. The Firekeepers Casino 400. That's 200 laps, 400 miles. Now, this weekend runs the 108th running of a NASCAR race at the Michigan International Speedway. Now, Chase Briscoe has won 2 poles in a row, back to back. Can he win a third in a row? Who has won 3 in a row? That happened last year in the spring with Kyle Larson winning 3. Can Chase Briscoe add his name to the list? We'll see. Also, Legacy Motor Club. They've been running good as of late. 3 top 5s and 7 top 10s. We'll see what they can do. Toyotas are strong here. Maybe they can make a run. Eric Jones, maybe he can stay away from Christopher Bell. We'll see. But we'll see how they do. Now, also starting this week is the In Sesson Tournament in NASCAR Cup Series. More on that here in just a little bit, but that starts here this week at Michigan. Now, last year's winner, Tyler Reddick, looks to win here again and sets his sights on winning that first one of the in-season tournament and getting it going. But Reddick leads all drivers with an average start of 9th in 6 races. So look for him to be very strong here this week with Tyler Reddick. Can Kyle Larson get out of his funk? The bad weekend during Memorial Day weekend with the Indy 500 and the Coke 600, and then last weekend getting involved in a wreck early. Kyle Larson, can he turn his little funk around and win here at Michigan. Stay tuned for that. All right, so you know the race facts. All you need now to know is the paint schemes. And here we're going to be bringing them to you. Just like we do every Friday here on our channel. Every Friday we bring you the paint scheme and race weekend preview and to get you ready for the weekend on the races. So here is the paint schemes for the NASCAR Cup Series and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And when I come back, I'll give you my favorites. And also we'll talk a little bit about the in-season tournament, explain how it works, and go from there. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you're hitting that like and subscribing to the channel on the Go with CeeLo. So here are the paint schemes, and let's go. I hope you enjoyed those paint schemes like we do every week here on our channel. We release a paint scheme and race weekend preview every weekend on a Friday to get you ready for the races to hang out with us. So, here are my favorite paint schemes for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. The number one, Lawless Allen in that number one Auto Park It Toyota. I like the looks of that one. And then there's number 7, Hosava, Delaware Life Chevrolet. Funny how this guy was all over the track this weekend. I saw him everywhere. We finally got an autograph at the end of the end of the night at the Cracker Barrel 400, but he was in the grass amongst the people, just hanging out. He actually even went up in the stands. I saw pictures of him taking pictures up in the stands as well. He's a great guy. He signed an autograph, very nice, and he's a heck of a driver. A lot of people, a lot of controversy with Hocevar, especially Ricky Stenhouse. I'm sure he'll see him another time. But we did get an autograph from Hocevar, so I like that paint scheme. The number 11, Corey Heim in that Safe Light Toyota. Like that red and white. Corey Heim time. Can he get back to winning ways? We'll see. Lane Riggs in that 34 Clue Ford. Looks like lollipops all over the car. That's weird. I don't know what that is, though. Now, Ross Chastain, I said he was in the Melon Farmer truck, but no, he's not. In that Nice Chevrolet, that 44 Nice Chevrolet this weekend. So there it is. So no watermelon farmer sponsor. Now, here are my NASCAR Cup Series paint schemes. Ross Chastain again doing double duty. But I like that Busch Light Apple Chevrolet. Has anyone ever had the Busch Light Apple? Let me know how it tastes in the comments below. Not a big beer guy, but tell me know what it tastes like. Now, Noah Gragson, not having a good season, but I like him in that Miller Tech Ford, having a rough year at Haas. Now, the 11, Denny Hamlin, hopefully, not sure about his fiance. Maybe he won't get to race this weekend. Of course, he was on baby watch all last weekend in Nashville. But Denny back in that purple and white, yahoo! All right. Then that number 17, Mr. Busher, Chris Busher in that Kroger Craft Ford, like that red color. And number 45, Tyler Reddick. You guys know how I love the Mobile One paint schemes. He's also got the little mix of the beast back there on that quarter panel. Old Recky in the Real American Beer Chevrolet. Anyone ever had the Real American Beer? That's Hulk Hogan's beer. So what you gonna do, brother, when Recky wrecks in that All-American Beer Chevrolet, brother? Okay, that was a bad imitation, but you get the gif. Daniel Suarez sitting in his jockey on the side of his car, sitting in his jockeys, and that number 99. So, jockey Chevrolet. So, those were my favorites. Which one were your favorites? Make sure you comment in the comments below. Okay, so here is the info on the in season tournament. Now, the tournament will consist of 8 regular season races that will be run during June and July of 2025. All tournament races will count toward the regular season and the playoff standings as normal. For the first 3 races, all full-time drivers in their series are eligible to compete. Race winners from Michigan, Mexico City, and Pocono will automatically qualify for the bracket and be joined by the drivers with the best finish in any of the 3 races. With ties to be broken by total race points, the 32 drivers will their best performances move on to the next phase of the tournament. In the last 5 races will be conducted in a single elimination bracket. In each round, the driver in each matchup will better finish advances while the other is eliminated. This process will continue till there's only 2 drivers remaining, and the driver with the best finish in that race will be the tournament champion and will win $1 million. Now, the other $1 million winner is Christopher Bell. Could he win another $1 million here? You know he would like to. So there is the in-season tournament. Should be interesting. Something new to follow. We'll be keeping up with that as we stream. We'll be actually at Atlanta for the one race, but we'll keep up with the rest. But in 2025, the first race of the bracket portion will be held at the Atlanta Motor Speedway at the Quaker State 400, which we will be there for. And you'll have live coverage as well as like we did last time. Now, the rest of the races will include the Chicago Street Course race, Sonoma, Dover, and Indianapolis. So there are the races. So something to have a little fun with. Like I said, we'll keep up with the races, keep up with the standings, and should be interesting to see follow this. All right, now it's time for my picks. My picks for the weekend. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the DQS 250. Corey Heim, Hocevar, and Chastain are the favorites here. Corey Heim with a plus 150, Hocevar with a plus 420, and Chastain with a plus 460. I'm going to go Hocevar. Strong last week in Nashville. He's already won in this truck already. Same sponsor. I'm taking Carson Hocevar for the win here at Michigan. Now, my dark horse, I'm going Ty Majeski. He's at plus 2,600. I guess you can call him a dark horse at plus 2,600. I think I'm going Ty, though. He's had a rough year, lots of DNQs. Now, last week, you've got a top 10 in Nashville, so we'll see if he can continue that hot streak. Majeski is my dark horse. All right, so the NASCAR Cup Series Fire Keepers Casino 400. Larson, Hamlin, and Blaney, last week's winner, Blaney, have the best odds. Larson at plus 550, Denny at plus 600, and Blaney at plus 700, the early odds for this race. Man, I don't know who I'm going to take here. Okay, let's go Denny. He was suffering last year. Last week, he had no air going to his helmet for the last stage of the race, nothing to drink, and he battled back. Of course, Blaney was just too strong. So I'm going Denny Hamlin here for the win. I know it's gonna jinx him, but I'm taking Denny for the win here on Sunday. Now for the dark horse, I'm gonna go Shark Blood on. I'm going Shark Blood because he's the one driver I did not get to see at all last week in Nashville. I saw him go by me in the car, but I never saw him outside of the car. Never got his autograph. I really wanted to tell him that we call him Shark Blood. I even wanted him to say something about Shark Blood in a video or whatever, but maybe we can do that in Atlanta. But he's plus 3,500. Josh Berry is my dark horse for this race. So, all right. So here are the point standings for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series and the NASCAR Cup Series. We're just going to go over the top five here. For the Craftsman Truck Series, Corey Heim is running away with this. He's got a 122 point lead over Daniel Hemrick. He could probably take a couple weeks off and still win the regular season tournament. Daniel Hemrick, Chandler Smith, Ankrum, and Grant Enfinger are your rest of your top five. So, but Corey Heim just dominating here. Now for the Cup Series, Willie B is on top here with Larson, Bell, Hamlin, and Chase. So there is your top five for the NASCAR Cup Series. So, all right, guys, we are not going to be streaming on YouTube this weekend. We will be on vacation, so I do apologize about that. We'll be back for Michigan, but let me know in the comments below, who do you have winning? Who are your favorites? Who are your dark horses? Let me see who you're going to take in the comments below. So we appreciate you guys watching. We're not streaming anything this weekend, no live stream, maybe some live streams from other stuff, but not NASCAR content. But we thank you guys for watching all the time. And we also want to thank you again for last week's watching and being there for us when we went live. So thank you again. Make sure if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button on it and also subscribe to the channel. If you are not a subscriber to On The Go at CeeLo, what are you waiting on? This is the best NASCAR channel on YouTube. So we hope you enjoyed the paint schemes. We hope you enjoyed all the information to get you ready for this weekend. So make sure you share this out, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and enjoy Michigan. Should be fun. We won't see you in the streams, but hopefully you get to watch it somehow, some way. And we'll see you next week at Mexico. Let's go.